Yes, we're building stronger and stronger. It all goes well for the future. Oh, yes, the spice leaves. Yes, we're building better than before. And to you tourists, we offering more. Oh, yes, the spice leaves. The gem of the Carriacou, struck by Hurricane Ivan. The spices blew in the wind and the people all started to scream. The force of the hurricane has wrought havoc and caused great pain, but we are proud to say that we are on the rise again. Because our people are strong, it didn't take us too long to start to rebuild our land. The spice leaves, the spice leaves, the spice leaves, the spice. Yes, we're building stronger and stronger. It all goes well for the future. Oh, yes, the spice leaves. Yes, we're building better than before. And to your tourists, we offering more. Oh, yes, the spice leaves. The spice leaves. The spice leaves. The spice leaves. Traditions. It is amazing how throughout the years the culture has evolved, and today we see most kayaks are involved. From the building of a tomb to the gathering from a room, you hear the sweet sound of the drums and the songs that go on. Anancio, Anancio, sorry baba, Anancio, sorry baba, Anancio, sorry baba, Anancio, Anancio, sorry baba, Anancio, sorry baba, Anancio, sorry baba. Our ancestors are the ones who ride the waves and brave the storm. Yes, they came from far as captives, Africans. The struggle hard to pass the culture on, and it fell within the grasp of noble hands. Sugar Adams and Hensky, Puffela and Prince Lawrence, see them again, Free and Lucian, these names have to live on. Anancio, Anancio, sorry baba, Anancio, sorry baba, Anancio, sorry baba, Anancio, Anancio, sorry baba, Anancio, sorry baba, Anancio, sorry baba. It is a thrill to see the skills of the dancers as they perform when they dance to the beat of chromantic songs. The frills, the glad, the glamour, and the move that they portray spark an undivided interest all the way. With new dancers like Jella, LV and Patricia, as soon as they enter in the ring, the whole crowd just start to sing and take a joy. Aye, taule, taule. Aye, and take a joy. Aye, taule, taule. And take a joy. Aye, tabule, tabule. Aye, and take a joy. Aye, tabule, tabule. Aye, and take a joy. Aye, tabule, tabule. Aye, and take a joy. Aye, tabule, tabule. This is what we call love way. I remember when I was young, love and music was something I owned. Needless me to say, that was the music of the day. They used to play a nice melody. like a yo-yo. You got to let your body go. Take a grind, take a wine. Don't waste this precious time. What will happen tomorrow? None of us don't really know. Do you ever do? I remember those glory years, love when music was met with great cheers. No one can deny that the standard was very high. And when you hear Christmas day comes around, look out for your name in the song. With all them women singing, party time, all are we dancing. Yeah, quarter. Move your feet, move your waist. Sweet, sweet music in the place. You can't stand up like a yo-yo. You got to let your body go. Take a grind, take a wine. Don't waste this precious time. What will happen tomorrow? None of us don't really know. You ain't tell a coin. Hunky high. Cecil Chase. Matthew Chase. That is Baker. And that was all now. There must be something hidden in the vibes that have me hypnotized. And one time I did my research, I want to caution my approach. Names like Moses, Feeling Charles, Champion, so much to mention. These men kept the culture and passed it on to us with pleasure. We are soldier, we are Toba, Maracas. There must be something catchy in the song that have me singing along. I feel like I'm out of control. The music hitting up me soul. So rhythmic, so dynamic, simple strings, that's so pulsating. Love when music teaser, you can ask for anything sweeter.
And good night to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name's Sheldon Scott. I'll be here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. Saying a special good night to all the listeners locally, regionally, internationally. Yes, we know we've got our Bajans locked in, eh?
What will happen tomorrow?
St. Lucians, what should I tell you? St. Lucians love this program, eh? I think I might have to do a Talking Point St. Lucia. Yeah, my friends in St. Lucia, I'm going to do a Talking Point St. Lucia. So I may have to consider. So yes, indeed, folks, and the phone lines are open. It's the midweek meditations, 4407377, yeah?
Move your feet, move your waist. Sweet, sweet music in the place. You can't stand up like a yo-yo. You got to let your body go. Take a grind, take a wine.
So good evening to all of you joining us via Facebook. Yeah, we're not going to go through the name of the roll call tonight. And good night to all of you joining us via the YouTube.
Hunky high.
Hope all of you had a fabulous day today. I had a very quiet one today. Yeah? I've been trying to keep myself very quiet in the daytime these days. Yeah.
And I was all now. There must be something hidden in the vibes that have me hypnotized. I went and I did my research. I want to caution my approach. Names like Moses, Feeling Charles, Champion, so much.
Good night to you, Carriacou and Petit Martinique.
And pass it on to us with pleasure. Yes, so
yeah, my people in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, I hope you all are okay, Well, I know the situation, you understand? Yeah, I understand the situation, but at least considering the situation, I hope that you all are as okay as can be.
So rhythmic, so dynamic, simple strings, that's so pulsating. Love when music teaser, you can ask for anything sweeter. You hear banjo to keep you in.
You know, one thing I don't like is this thing called hypocrisy. I don't like hypocrites at all.
Can't stand up like a yo-yo.
Few things upset me as much as a hypocrite, yeah?
Take a while, good, don't waste this precious time. What will happen tomorrow? Now when music don't really know.
Very few things, yeah?
Take a grind, take a while, take a good, don't waste this precious time. What will happen tomorrow?
Hey, Hey, those of you over watching the Democrat watch, come over. Yeah. No, you ain't coming and dance. We coming and talk, yeah? And as I said, the phone lines are open 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get on to tonight's program, yeah?
And it is such a good sight. You wait
Joyce, we mean you on DNC convention, yeah?
to come. Now that we together, we can party on forever. It's amazing. Life is worth living. I guess I know how you feel. All the fun you won't be so late.
Yeah, beautiful music that has come out of Carriacou, man.
And come let we dance. Get on. Take over the floor. No, no, you can't go. We need some more. More of your thrilling. We need some more. More of your dancing. Give me some more. Oh, yeah. Give it up. Party can't stop. No, 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 no. Party time. Oh.
Nimrod Oliver, leave me alone, eh? Right.
You're the life of the party now, and you.
Nimrod Oliver, Kathy Albert, and Wendy and Maguire, all you leave me alone.
But it's over an hour, and I know that.
Three all you don't have no behavior.
Yes, you can take a break, but when it's over, just remember I'll be waiting to start the party. The night is full of excitement. Let's all enjoy the moment, lady. Light up.
Well, I was giving all you a chance to call first, you know. Yeah, that's why I say 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. I was giving all you a good chance to call first before I get into the thing, you understand?
More of your dancing. We need some more. More of that sweet, sweet mood. Long time I've not had such fun all night. You are the reason the party is tight. So much of passion, filled with attraction. The party is hot and no one wants to stop. Come let me dance. Get on. Take over the floor. No, no, they can't go. We need some more. More of that thrilling. We need some more.
And we have a call online. Good night.
Hello, good night, Sheldon. Good night, Talking Points.
Hey, how you doing, bro?
How we doing? How we doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm real good.
Sheldon, it seems to me that we have some ministers that have some kind of touchy feelings and some female glands. Because it seems that when Honorable Peer talk, they must respond. I mean, it is laughable. I listened to a minister of Carriacou talking some thing this afternoon on a live, and I make it a point. You see these ministers, better they stay off social media. Better they get a PR team and let the PR team put out statements on their behalf.
Boss.
Better they stay off social media.
Don't give them no advice. Let her continue doing what they're doing now, man. What has happened?
Because, I mean, Sheldon, oh God. I mean, I feel sorry for them. Sheldon, I want to know who in Grenada, which household in Grenada, which house owner in Grenada, house was damaged in Ivan that is not fixed back. Then the idiot would continue by saying, well, the government buildings and we still renting. Well, fine. Say parliament building and thing, but we have a new parliament building in Grenada, so there's no need right now until they build it back, the old one, for like a museum sake or something like a site to go and view. But you're talking about people who have money they could build back for themselves, yet for all they give no chance in Carriacou. If you have a natural disaster on an island as small as Carriacou, 7,000 people there about, your thing is to fix back the residents first, your hospital, your schools, probably a police station. You suddenly fix back government building and revenue office. To do what? Grenada and Carriacou is one. You can pay your revenues at the inner revenue on the carnage. You can come in here and do this business. What is people talking about? I mean, every day so is something different with these people. And it's annoying. And Sheldon, before I go, it is heartbreaking to hear that situation that happened in the hospital with a child and the parents. And trust me, I feel it for that family, because from what I gather and what I'm hearing so far, brother, that whole family needs counseling. And something like that, I don't care which government, this thing not supposed to be happening in 2024. We need to get to the bottom of this. And the Minister of Health, if you're listening to me, fire yourself. Fire yourself right now and support it. Because you ain't ready yet.
No, the minister,
Shall I have a good night?
the Minister of Health has said that he listens to this program on a nightly basis. So we hope he's hearing. He says
He does,
listens on,
but
yes,
better
he says
fire
he listens
yourself.
on a nightly basis. Yeah.
Because watch me, Sheldon, right now, even their own quiet enforcers who was quiet for a certain time, now they're speaking out to them. That means it really baddened. It baddened. NEC supporters, diaspora supporters, you're also putting a government, you're also putting a party and some men. Give them advice. Because trust me, he looking good. If all they feel or they come here to dictate to us how our country will be running in the next 10 years or next 5 years, joke all they making. Joke all they making. Only this NEC supporters in the diaspora. Shall I have a good night?
All right, my brother. And we have another call online. Hello, good night.
Hi, good night, Sheldon. How are
I
you?
don't
Good
make it-
night, Talking Points family.
I don't make
Hope
it no
all is
joke.
well with everyone.
I don't make it no joke with Nursey. I don't make it no joke with Cathy. I don't make it no joke with Nimrod. Because DNC going on right now. All you trying talk for me.
No, I don't. No, I'm listening to my Talking Point, Sheldon.
Nurse, well, how are you? How are things been going?
Things is okay for now. Back to work. I mean, I miss Grenada, but I had to stop today for a little 10 minutes and play my little Grenada music and then get back to work to avoid some of the depression.
You must get a Country Boys CD. I'm encouraging you. Well, no, I want to have it CD. You could download it and so. But I'm encouraging you to buy the CD or the whatever they have these days. And so you can have that in the vehicle. That music will pick you up, man. That music
No,
will give you a nice pick up.
Antonito hooked me up. He put all the music on a flash drive for me every
You
year. He puts the new music for
you
me
see-
and I have it.
You see, I encouraging legal thing. You talking about something else. You're looking to put the guy in trouble.
Anyway.
I go so far as to say get the CD or download from the site.
The CD, after when I do the CD in like a month or so, it's scratch and it's not playing and it's sticking and then I'm there just and then I'm sad because I can't hear the music.
Well, that's
Anyway.
1980s technology anyway. So yeah, right. Go right ahead.
So, Sheldon, I'm calling in regards to that incident with that child. A few days ago. I mean, I stepped off from the phone a little, but then after I heard about the situation, I called and finally. If that child had sickle cell, it seemed as though that child was in sickle cell crisis. My God, a little oxygen. They don't have oxygen in the hospital.
Well, they
Because
do have,
just-
as far as I know, they do have.
Because in a situation like that, Sheldon, I'll tell you something. For being a nurse for all these years, something like this, I'm not going to, and the doctors knew. Something like this, I'm not going to wait on the doctor. I'm going to pull that child in a room. I'm going to put that child on some oxygen. I'm going to start the child on some IV fluids. And while it's going, then I go speak to the doctor and then I get the order or whatever from the doctor. Something like that. That child was going into sickle cell crisis from what I heard. Okay, something like that. A little oxygen could have saved that child's life. Put her on some a mask, oxygen mask in her face, a nasal cannula, something, just a little oxygen. That shouldn't have happened. It just shouldn't have happened. And while I'm this, I just wanted to say to the public, if you have sickle cell, the goal is to keep hydrated at all times. So you keep hydrated. Dehydration is going to trigger a crisis. Stress is going to trigger a crisis. Cold weather. Like if you're feeling cold, get a blanket, cover up yourself. Cold is going to trigger it. Pain. At high altitudes, let's just say you're in the top of a building and you feel like you can't breathe, you're having difficulty, go down to the ground level.
Something you move with your phone and it changed the quality of the call there. I'm not sure what happened. If you
Okay,
move,
what
you're good now.
part did you not?
You're
What
good
part did you not hear?
No, I was hearing
Yeah.
you about altitude and so on, but you were sounding a bit
Yes,
muffled.
so yeah,
like the phone didn't
okay,
move.
yes. So I put up my phone. So I was saying yes, they're in a tall building and they find they're having respiratory distress, move down to the lowest level to floor level. All of those things will trigger a crisis. Okay, now when you get into the sickle cell crisis, you're gonna have a problem with breathing.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have a lot of pain. The goal for sickle cell, when you have sickle cell crisis, you have to control the pain. You have to hydrate the patient, whether it's IV fluid, if they can. Well, IV fluid is the fastest thing that will get them hydrated. So IV fluid. Well, if they're not in the hospital, drink as much fluid as home. I always tell people coconut water. Sometimes you have it in your yard, you have it in your land. You don't have to pay for it. It has electrolytes. Those things. Make sure you keep hydrated. Get your pain medicine, avoid alcohol. For the older people, no smoking. Smoking and alcohol is going to trigger it. Stress is going to trigger it. Make sure they get all the vaccines for the little kids. But you going into the hospital, the fastest and quickest thing they could have done for that child is put her on some oxygen. She probably would have been alive right now. You put on the oxygen, you start some IV fluid, and you go to somebody else, and then you can come back to her while those things going. It's just such a sad situation for something so simple like that, to lose a child. Sheldon, I thought about that all day today, all day yesterday.
I didn't have a good night's sleep that night. In fact, I barely slept.
Sheldon,
By the
for
time I check
all
myself, I
my
realize outside bright.
Sheldon,
Seriously.
for all my nursing years, I work with patients on the ventilator. When I just started as a new nurse, when nurses was afraid to deal with patients on the ventilator, while I was running to it, everybody was running away from it. I like challenges. And I can tell you, anything with breathing, anything with respiratory distress, you don't joke with that. You know, as a nurse, or do they have a triage area there? Because you have to know the ABC in an emergency. Anybody comes to the hospital, ABC: airway, breathing, circulation. Those are a priority. So if somebody comes to you and they said, I can't breathe, or I'm having difficulty breathing, that's an emergency.
Mhm. Because
That should have been taken care of. ABC: airway, breathing, circulation. That's a priority. So if that's not a priority, then I don't know what's a priority. Nursing is nursing, whether it's in Zimbabwe, whether it's wherever it is what it is. Priorities are, it's what it is. It don't change because it's Grenada or it's Russia or it's wherever. It's the same thing all over.
my. And the thing is that you have all of this happening. Now, there obviously is a failure within the system. Now, I know the nurses, I know the doctors, and I know we have competent nurses. Grenada has some of the best trained nurses you could find. That's why all other countries snapping them up, because it's not that they don't have proper training. They have the proper training. But if the system that they're working in is not properly organized, is not properly managed, then you're going to continue to have problems. Also, you have a situation with accident and emergency where they're actually going and get doctors who's supposed to be on the ward, who their actual duty for that point in time is not at accident and emergency, but on the ward, because there seems to be a continuous shortage of doctors at the general hospital. So they have to go and get one from off the ward and ask them to come and hold on in accident and emergency. So sometimes the reason that people holding on for the long period of time is because there's no doctor inside there.
And that's another thing. Staffing is an issue. Sheldon, here, a lot of people, when you see nurses on strike here, people come and people would say, "Oh, you're all fussing about pay." Sheldon, we're not fussing about pay when you see nurses go on strike. As a matter of fact, I'm not a bedside nurse no more. So, but I'm just still telling you. But in those times, we're not checking on the money. We're checking on, you don't have staff. And guess what? When you don't have staff, you cannot care for the patients. As a result, patients will die. Because if you can't get to everybody, and it's just you, and you're supposed to have 6 patients and you end up with 12, it's not possible to provide good care. How can you do that? That's one of the reasons why. I mean, I was in the hospital, it was nice and good, you get all the benefits, I'm sorry, but I had to eventually branch out on my own and start working as a nurse practitioner. Because even though I don't get all the benefits as the nurse, but then it's tiring. It's killing you when you don't have staff, and then half the time sometimes you don't only have to, I might have 12 patients. At the end of the day, I might be taking care of 15, because there are some people that sits there and they take a break and they don't care, and then you end up, you can't stand to go in your room and see your patient next to another patient that's not yours, and the person choking or the person can't breathe, and you walk out the room because it's not your patient. So then you end up having to take care of your patient and their patient. And after a while, it becomes very stressful. And I know what it is when you don't have staff. Staffing is a big issue. And if you don't have the staff, you can't care for the patient. So sometimes it probably could have been a staffing issue. I don't know what it is. But I'm just saying, I just feel so bad for the parent, because Sheldon, I have one child and I can't imagine losing my child. I'm sorry. You know, I'm sitting there and I just can't imagine. This is so sad.
And I have so many friends who are first time parents and so, and they're telling you straight up. They say, even before they had children, this would have break them. Especially as a parent now, you feel it even more, because you start to think, what if that had been me? Yeah, it hurts even more.
Sheldon, my grandmother told me, I had an auntie that died when she was at 2 years old, and she had asthma. And she died of a similar situation in Grenada. But back in the days, they didn't have all those things. So when I think about it, I'm like, you know what, her life. But back in the days, the better couldn't be done. So, yes, she did have an asthma attack. She went to the hospital. They didn't have the medication. By morning time, she was dead. She was 2 years old. Her aunt I never got to see. But in this modern days, I mean, certain things you have to try to prevent. Mm-hmm. I don't know. My thing is, staff the hospital, put staff there. And people going to turn around and say, I'm this and I'm that, and I really don't care. But I'm still going to say all that money that was spent for those lights and them there you should have put staff, put it into something. Put it into something good use to help save lives. That's what I'm about. Lights, I don't care about. What is it doing for people? Did they lose something on the floor and they need a light to shine for them to see, to pick it up? It's just not making sense. The things that people are so excited about, that's not making sense. Put some of that money into staffing. Put it into supplies. Put it into equipments for the hospital to save lives. We shouldn't have these kind of things going on. If that happens here, in one of the hospitals, Sheldon, big investigation.
That's
the next day, you'll see the state coming in, and they questioning everybody that had their hands, that was supposed to be taking care of that child, that was on duty that day. Everybody has to be put in a room and grilled and answer questions, and whoever is held responsible is in big trouble. Plus, the hospital is in trouble also.
My goodness. Nurse, I'd like to thank you for your call. I know you have the medical mission coming soon, so I know I'll hear from you soon on that again.
Yes, next week I'll call and give you an update.
Mm-hmm. And I know we have another matter to talk on, but we ain't talking that one tonight.
Yeah, no, that when I'm off on Friday, so I have to deal with that. Now, when I finish dealing with it, we're gonna proceed. You know how the song say, "We shall overcome."
Yes.
We shall overcome.
Nurse, you have a good night.
You too. Take care.
All
Bye-bye.
right, thank you. Yes, folks, that's Nurse Maguire chiming in there on the situation with that little child who was lost this week, and seems as though a situation filled of incompetence, but we'll get some more information in relation to that. We've got another caller online. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night, Sheldon. How are you doing?
Well, I'm fine. You go right ahead. You're live.
Okay, then. No, I want to give you my little experience I had from this general hospital with my daughter. Now, my daughter had an accident. A bus run into a truck, and she had this accident around 12, 1 o'clock that day.
Mm-hmm.
And when she called and I get on the scene, they had called the ambulance because they had 1 or 2 injuries. So they called St. David, they called Tong, they called Maribor because there was a few of them to take to the hospital. So when we think the Tong ambulance came, St. David came, and they find Maribor was taking long to come. So they decided, okay, let they transport all the people in the other 2 ambulances to get to the hospital. Now my daughter was crying out with back pain. Blood was passing through her nose. Her 2 foot had laceration on it. And I was sitting in that ambulance and the floor in the ambulance with my daughter lying on me to get to the hospital. I have no problem with that because she bawling in pain. I want to reach there to make sure everything is okay. Now, when we get down to the hospital, they come out, they put her on a bed and they wheel her into casualty. Put her in a room, next less than 5 minutes they come. No, before we go, when we going down, I suggest that it was the hospital that was calling the nurse and the ambulance to find out what are the injuries that they were coming in with. So she was telling the person what are the injuries she was coming into. Now, when we get to the hospital, as I said, they put her on a trolley, they put her into casualty, put her in a room. I was with her. I didn't leave her side. I went to go into the room, they put her sitting there and we waiting. A little while after, a nurse come with a paper and she said to me, we have to take her down to X-ray. So I said, okay, no problem. Then orderly come, he take us down to X-ray. Sheldon, I did not leave my daughter's sight. I went down to X-ray there. A matter of fact, I even went in the X-ray room with her. We come out from the X-ray again. They take us back up to casualty. When we going into casualty, because it's different sections through casualty, the orderly asked one of the doctors, you want to see the patient? She said to him, no, bring her back when she come out. A lady doctor, she said, no, bring her back when she come out. That's my daughter she talking to. Okay, they take us back to that room. They take us up back to that room, and I'm talking about 1 o'clock, around the 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, they know where. Sheldon, I stood in the hospital there with my daughter, bawling on that bed in casualty up to about 8 o'clock the night. Well, let's say it could be, it didn't 8 o'clock, let's say about 7:30. But while I'm in the room there, they draw the curtain and we're sitting in the room there and I'm waiting now to see, well, okay, anybody to come now is the doctor now to say, well, what really transpired to the X-ray. I'm sitting there, And I find while I'm sitting there hearing nurses telling one another good night, so that shows the shift change, okay? Everybody gone. And I'm sitting in that room there. Sometimes I get up and I pull the curtain because I want to see what is going on outside there now. I pull the curtain and I'm sitting there. And it's coming to the 9 o'clock hour. And then I notice a nurse passing. So I call her to her. I say, nurse, I would like to know what took place. I say, no, my daughter had an accident. She went to do an X-ray. And nobody didn't even come to say, well, what said was done in the X-ray and whatever. She didn't see a doctor. She said to me, yes, she saw a doctor. I said, no, sir, I don't think I'm stupid enough. I said, I did not leave my daughter's sight. I said, and if she had seen a doctor, I must have known because I did not leave her sight from the time she met in that accident. When she told me, yes, well, how she get the paper to go down to do the X-ray? Now, I am assuming that I have to assume that the nurses went to the doctor, tell the doctor what was the situation, doctor writes up whatever paper to go to the X-ray, and when the doctor write up whatever, he left her on the bed. The doctor went home. When I asked, the nurse tell me the doctor gone home. The doctor went home and did not even come on the side of the bed to find out where was hurting, what was happening, not a word, Sheldon. And I sit there and I try to hold my patience. And I say, Lord, I want to be a good person here tonight because I know she might have to go down on the ward and I don't want for them to have to put her in no kind of harm's way. And I'm sitting there. And I said, no, sir, I'm leaving all the way in St. Andrews. I said, I'm going to the 9 o'clock hour. And I need to know what is taking place. If she's going on the ward, let me know because I have to get bus to go home. She said to me, okay, hold on a while. I sit there. Then the nurse come again with a paper and she said to me, we're taking her down on the ward. So just imagine she met in an accident, crying out in all this pain, blood passing through she nose. And she did not see a doctor until she went down on the ward about 10 o'clock the night. So he had some slackness going on in this hospital, and it's time that people acknowledge what is happening and stop making excuses because everybody have different experience. And I was really mad. I wanted to go to the person in charge in the hospital and let them know, And I said, you know what? I'll leave that there still because my daughter spent a couple of days in the hospital. She come home. Up to now, she's still suffering from back pain and cannot bend and all this kind of a thing. You understand? We have a real breakdown in the hospital, and it's time the people see what is going on and take responsibility for what is happening there. You understand? Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much, caller. 440-737-734-732-93-101. He who feels it knows it. Yeah? If you go through it, you know it. So nobody ain't coming and tell you that you lie. Nobody ain't going and tell you that you don't understand. And we still ask the question, where is the Minister of Health? Let me use an example here. During the period of the New National Party, before COVID and so on, while then Honorable Nicholas Steele was the Minister of Health, and the people at Maribo could bear out what I'm saying here. Nicholas Steele used to jump in his vehicle, drive up to Maribo in the middle of the night just to find out what it is like for a person in St. Andrew who has to go to the hospital in the middle of the night. He just go up there. 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. He's going because he wants to see, so he knows what recommendation he could come back to cabinet to make. He knows what the recommendations are. He knows what the nurses going through, whatever, who doctors there, and the patients, the people who are on the ward, and the people who are not on the ward, but who are going to the emergency, so that he has an understanding of what is going on. So he showed interest in what people were going through and how you can correct the different things that people are going through. But you have a minister right now, you can't even find him. You can't even find him. SOS. Somebody find the Minister of Health, because it seems as the guy disappeared. He has disappeared. We can't see, we can't hear, we can't find the Minister of Health. He's nowhere to be found. Yeah? Some saying in the States, some say in the chicken farm, wherever he is. But a fish rotten from the head. So, Mr. Minister of Health, if you know you can't handle the job, go to the Prime Minister. Tell the Prime Minister, boss, I really can't handle that job. You need to find somebody else who can handle this job, because this job, what you have in your hands, are the lives of each and every Grenadian and visitor to the island. And resident on the island. They may not be Grenadian, but they may be resident on the island, and you have their lives in your hand as well. Plus the people who are on the other islands as well, surrounding Grenada, the people who in the airspace and waters of Grenada, you have all of them life in your hand. And if you are incompetent, if you are incapable, if you know you can't handle the job, Mr. Minister, resign. And if the Prime Minister does not have the wherewithal to understand that person A is incompetent and incapable as a minister, because while you have all these issues taking place with healthcare, they could disappear from the island for a whole month, no explanation, they go on personal business. If you can have a situation like that, Mr. Prime Minister, if you don't know how to find proper people for the job, then you need to go too. You resign and go. But we cannot continue with the situation as it is. Your ministers are incompetent. People are losing their lives. People losing their children. From what I'm hearing, another child went today again. I ain't had the details yet, okay? But people are losing their children. People who otherwise, under any normal circumstance, that you had the proper staffing there, you had the proper equipment and medication there, under any normal circumstance, these people would have survived. What's the situation with them now? You have to be calling Lacroix and Bailey and Wayne. Yeah? That's not fair. That's not fair to the Grenadian people. And we cannot continue to just accept this, and then some people saying, well, this used to happen under NNP and that used to happen under NNP. This is a group of individuals that promise you manna from heaven. They tell you they're going to do it. They're going to make sure that everything... Anyway, 440-7377. 440... In fact, you know what? I want to play something for you all. A little off the health for a while, but we'll come back to health. But I want to play something for you all, because I want you all to hear the kind of mentality of the people who are in charge at this point in time. So yeah, a little something from the MP for Carriacou and Petit Martinique.
Within that process, we will do what we need to do, announce more measures as it relates to the rebuilding process for private homes and so on. But as Member of Parliament, forget now me as Minister, me as your Member of Parliament and me as a kayak. Let's be real, there are many of us as kayaks, many of you as kayaks who could afford to rebuild your homes. There are many people that could afford to rebuild their homes. Don't ask me, I'm telling you. And yes, you want the government to rebuild your house for you. I find that real unfair. You could afford to rebuild your home. You have the money sitting in the bank to rebuild your house, your home, or to do your roof, and you want the government to do it for you. I mean, this is sad. I mean, wherever we hear that from, we have to do better than that. So yes, the government will do everything that it can to assist, and that is why we announce the measures as it relates to the tax-free measures on building materials and supplies, and tax-free measures as it relates to imported items, household items and so on that you've lost during the hurricanes, so that you can go and do what you have to do. But you can't expect the government to do everything for you. That is impossible. There's no government in the world, not even the ones, not even the former administration are running them out about what we're doing for the people. Because they didn't, half of the things that we're doing, they have not done that.
No, so you all know in a dream. Let me play it again so you all could hear exactly what you say before I start to talk on it. Hold on the phone calls. Let me hear what you had to say there again, yeah?
In that process, we will do what we need to do, announce more measures as it relates to the rebuilding process for private homes and so on. But as Member of Parliament, forget now me as Minister, me as your Member of Parliament and me as a kayak. Let's be real, there are many of us as kayaks, many of you as kayaks who could afford to rebuild your homes. There are many people that could afford to rebuild their homes. Don't ask me, I'm telling you. And yes, you want the government to rebuild your house for you. I find that real unfair. You could afford to rebuild your home. You have the money sitting in the bank to rebuild your house, your home, or to do your roof, and you want the government to do it for you. I mean, this is sad. I mean, wherever we hear that from, we have to do better than that. So yes, the government will do everything that it can to assist, and that is why we announce the measures as it relates to the tax-free measures on building materials and supplies, and tax-free measures as it relates to imported items, household items and so on that you've lost during the hurricanes, so that you can go and do what you have to do. But you can't expect the government to do everything for you. That is impossible. There's no government in the world, not even the ones, not even the former administration are running them out about what we're doing for the people. Because they didn't, half of the things that we're doing, they have not done that.
So folks, not me that say, those go and say that I say he say, all you hear when he say. The people in Carriacou, yeah, that there are people in Carriacou that had the money. So people of, hold on the calls, the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, all you have, all your money. Tevin say, all you have, all your money, and all you holding all your money in the bank and one government rebuild house for all you. When we said on this program that there is no intention by this government to rebuild houses and so in Carriacou and Petit Martinique for the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, all they thought we was joking. They're watching the tuna boat guys in Petit Martinique. And believe me, they didn't intend to send a sheet of lumber, a sheet of ply, or a sheet of galvanized, or a pound of nails for all you in Petit Martinique. Those are you listening tonight. All you hear him for all yourself. Because you believe that all you've been working tuna boat, all you have all your money sit down there. Now explain to me, how does the MP for Carriacou and Petit Martinique know of your financial status? He know which money all you have in the bank? How he know? People at Carriacou and Petit Martinique, did you all go to the MP, Mr. Tevin Ishmael Andrews, and tell him which bank all you have all your money in, which credit union all you have all your money in, and how much money all you have inside there? The people who live in the southern part of Carriacou, many of them are retirees who have come back from the United States after they worked there for many years in the cold, until their body cramping them now in the cold, who have worked in the UK. If you know it's a shunt a train. Yes, all you're going to know what I'm talking about when I talk about shunting a train. The elderly who went and worked in the UK back in the early days, when that was one of the only jobs black man could get in the UK. I know because I had an uncle that went through it. When you had to go and shunt them train and them in the cold weather, sometimes snow. When they had to go in the UK and go in Canada and go in these places and work, they make the money, they come back, they do the houses and so here. Some of them, they have medical issues. So if they have 100,000 in the bank, if they have 70,000 in the bank, more than likely, they're using that for the medication, they're using that for the different issues they have. Some of them don't talk, some who taking cancer treatment, who have dialysis, who have different things that they're doing, but they're doing the different things. And you want to tell them, well, you had the money in the bank, take the money, government is helping you. And remember, the insurance money was not paid by Tevin Andrew. Not he alone. Yes, he paid too, but not he alone. I pay. You pay. Every one of us pay. The same people he's saying had the money in the bank, and like government shouldn't bother with them. And that is why they give them, that we told you all that. We told you all that was the thinking behind it. I'm glad he come out and say it. Because he come out and say, no, they give the tax-free incentive, and the tax-free incentive is more geared towards those people that have their money. So the poorer set of people, the people who might be in their 20s, and they struggle, they do a little work here and there, and they build up a little something. The people in their 30s and so on, the younger ones, who may not have that kind of money, and a relative say, well, put your house there. That is grandma land. Grandma come and she say, you put one there, you put one there. I'm coming to the phone lines in a little bit, folks. I'm coming. Don't think I'm ignoring you all. I'm coming to the phone lines in a little while. I just wanted to get this out of the way. So these people who don't have money, how the MP know who have money from who don't have money? Damn fast. He out of order and he fast. I know people that have big so-called concrete house. And you know, for lunch, it's just bread and sometimes butter they hide inside the big house. You think they have money, but they don't. There's the perception of wealth, and there is actually having wealth. So you don't know what they're cooking inside, you don't know what they're eating. But they play a smash up and you find, chairman, them are the money. That is the attitude of the person who's supposed to be representing them, when he should be saying that an equal share of the cake should be given to everybody. I want to know how he... Listen, well, I know they send FIU, they send the Financial Intelligence Unit to investigate me. They announce it in a press conference. We know that. But I mean, not that I care. I don't see that I'm not in the bank. I'm not in the bank. I'm not in the bank. So they could investigate as much as they want. But when you have that situation now where he's saying this about the people in Carriacou, like they make FIU investigate every single person in Carriacou bank account. How does the member of Carriacou, and I think Republic Bank, Cooperative Bank, ACB, Grenville Credit Union, Ariza Credit Union, all of these financial institutions, we might have to answer questions, because we want to know the MP know how much money people are in the bank account and the credit union account. Next thing you know how much them children are in the savings union in the school too. How does the MP reach to the point that he could be making that statement and making it with such a level of certainty that these people, because they have no intention of rebuilding the houses for the people right now, I tell you, in Carriacou is the real thief program that's taking place. The CRIF money that has come in, the other millions of dollars that have come in from donors and people that send in money and so on, and that the government begged for, the bonds and everything that they have done since the hurricane. There is no intention to utilize those funds to help the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. They're going to give the facade of them doing so, but in the background is for them to fill their pocket. Not one of them that's sitting in that cabinet right now, none of all your hands ain't clean. None of all, because all of you are part of the real thief program. And I can guarantee you that when they leave office, and they will definitely leave office, as day does follow night, they will leave office. Each of them making sure that they are multi-millionaires when they leave in office. From senator straight up to member of parliament, every one of them making sure that they pad their pocket proper. They don't have to do another day work by the time they leave office. Bunch of crook. 440-737 440-7377 347-329-310. Now look at call now. Yeah. Where he was during Hurricane Ivan to be trying to talk for NNP about Hurricane Ivan. Number one, he was in Carriacou. Number two, he was 12 years old. 12. When you look at it, the Prime Minister was about 28 years old. 27, 28 years old when Hurricane Ivan hit. That is if he was even here, he was out studying. You have this MP that was 12 years old. Ron Redhead, no, Ron would have been about 12. Tevin Andrews would have been 10. 10 years old when Hurricane Ivan hit. What you know about what NNP do during that period of time? What he know about Ivan? He was in Carriacou. What he know? The MP for St. John was 6 years old when Hurricane Ivan hit. 6. When Hurricane Ivan devastated Grenada, the MP for St. John was 6 years old. The MP for St. George Southeast, St. George Northeast was 12. The MP for Carriacou was 10. The Prime Minister was 28. Come on and tell me about them. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Good night.
Good night, my dear. Go right ahead.
Good night, Sheldon.
Yes, ma'am.
Sheldon, now I have a kayak sister. Now she is 73 years. 73 years.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Load the volume in the...
She cannot walk.
Hold on, caller. Load the volume in the background. The callers may not be hearing it, but train me off.
You hearing me?
Yeah, go ahead now. Yeah.
Yes, I have a kayak sister. She is 73 years. Now she is not well. Right? She cannot walk again. And before that, is not a rich person. Right? Children that she grew up, and then her brother, she had a house, and the house wasn't that looking that good. So the children that she grew up, and maybe her son and a daughter she has abroad, all of them put together, and they not too long done build up a house for her to make it look good, and they all furnish it. They give her a television, bed, whatever it is they give her. Now the hurricane come, and the hurricane mash it up. Could she build a house again? Could the people help her now? Because everybody have their problem. Everybody have their issue. Right? So I don't know what Kevin Andrews saying about they have their money in the bank. And I know a lot of other people in Carriacou is in that position. Right? So I don't know what Kevin Andrews saying there about they have the money in the bank. Maybe going and inspect everybody bank accounts. I find Kevin is too fast.
Maybe
forward, he out of place.
Maybe they're using FIU.
The disaster money that the NNP government insure the country for, right? That money is to help the people. That is what he insure for. Is to help the people and them with their houses. What they keeping it there for to put in their pocket as how they go and take GDP money? I mean Grenadians and the Carriacouans and Petit Martiniquans, we have to get up and get. Right? Because that is hurtful and that is burning. And we have a prime minister there, he ain't saying nothing. Right? He wouldn't like them thing and them are going on in Carriacou happen to his mother, his grandmother, his aunt, his brother, his sister. He will never like them to be in that position. And every time you hear the thing, you're getting more angry and more angry about the situation in Carriacou. Thank you, Sheldon.
All right, my dear. And I think we have another caller on the line. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Hello.
Hi, good night, caller. You're live. Go right ahead.
Sheldon, if the kayak people want to open the eyes and see what kind of human being this dog is.
Well, let's not go to that direction, but...
Hey.
Let's not go that direction, but understand the upset, because I'm upset.
They want to open the eyes and see this boy out there, and since he became an MP for Carriacou, I never like him. He just a Trump. Totally buying in.
Like Carriacou Trump. All right, but what Carriacou Trump? Mr. Pink Carriacou Trump screenshot boss. Oh, look at name the people. Yes, 440-7377. Someone was trying to reach us on the WhatsApp. Let's try to give them a call back here. 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers. Yeah, so I'm trying to understand now, if we dealing in things in a kind of way now, how he know? How does he know who have what money in the bank in Carriacou? How does he know that? Anyway, we have a call online. Hello? Hi.
So we, the Grenadian people, we cannot hold this government accountable and put them into court for these wrong things that they are doing there.
Well, brother man, I believe that that's what somebody go out to start doing. Some of us go out to start to bring cases against them.
Yeah, because what these guys and them doing, especially for Mr. Kevin Campbell and Mr. Kevin Andrews from Carriacou, this guy needs to roll in a barrel of fire and roll him dogmatically because he's very stupid. He has no intelligence about him. Because what he's saying, how we know the people have money in the bank? People have money in the bank. The people work for the money, brother man. So what nonsense are you speaking about?
But not only that, it's us that paying the insurance. It's not Kevin alone that paying it. It's not the cabinet alone that paying it. We are the ones, including the same people who might have money in the bank, that paying the insurance. So why should they not benefit from the insurance?
I want to say something, really and truly. I want to send a little fund for Carriacou people, but I afraid it end up in the hands of the government people. And they're going to steal it from the people in Carriacou. So I pray to send it.
Contact Senator Cox. Go make sure that it is spent to help the people of Carriacou. Hit me a message later. I'll send his number to you. You could contact Senator Cox.
Yeah, and Deacon is worse than Nazim. Deacon 10 times worse than Nazim. Believe it or not, it took time worse than Nazim. Nazim has this business is running. These business what they're running, these will have to be government affairs, government investment. It don't have to be this one partner and this one. These things have to be under one association, and it is the government association. This investment, so all the money now share when the money come into the country, is sharing to different people, and it's not going into the use of the people of the country. Does it make sense?
Nothing makes sense with these people.
Oh my God, this guy and I'm talking about Keith Mitchell, but Keith Mitchell is a god to these people and them, man. Yeah, Keith Mitchell is a kick to these people and them. I don't know. I wish election could call today or tomorrow for Grenadians. But, and another thing again, what Kami said, it's good for these people and them. It's good. I know I feel in the pain, but it's good for Grenadians also. It's good for them because Keith won them. Keith won them, but they say he's a young lawyer. You see, a young lawyer is a young liar, and this is the reason why he's lying like that. He was a young liar, not a young lawyer. And that's what happens when all the NDC people are balling, as what the guy saying, they're balling with the microphones, but they're afraid to speak. They're afraid to speak for surety on that. Anyway, Mr. Boss, good night.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, yeah, that caller run away to come from the people work to come and make that call. 440, remind me of a call I used to have before. She used to go and hide by the corner of the desk to make a call, to call the program. When I used to do the morning program, she used to go and hide in the bathroom and think to go and make a call to the program. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Now, how does the minister arrive? And he said it with a matter of fact and certainty, they have the money. Not they may have the money, not they might have the money, not I think they have the money. He said it in a way that he know. How you know? How you know? And how you say you're knowing who have and who don't have? How is he going to know who has and who doesn't have? Perception is a hell of a thing, Perception is not always reality. You might see a man walking in town and he might be wearing the most expensive suit. He might be wearing Stacey Adams shoes. Yeah, expensive shoes, all kind of thing. And he dressed to the nines and so on. He broke. Perception is a hell of a thing. Is the minister going on perception Or does he illegally have the financial information of everybody in Carriacou and Petit Martinique? We have a caller online.
The voice of one crying in the wilderness for Carriacou. Sheldon Scott, good night.
You hire money, you could build your place. We ain't getting you none.
Sheldon Scott. Sheldon, we knew that statement would have made. We knew that, eh?
Mm-hmm.
But I have one advice for you, Kevin Andrew. Without no apology, I have one advice for you, that young guy, that do not have any experience in the political field. The advice that I have for you, sir, is that you must engage your brain before you put your mouth in gear. You, Kevin Andrew, you are totally out of place. You, Kevin Andrew, do not know your place as the representative for Carriacou and Petit Martinique. The people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique voted you into office to take care of the affairs both in Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Are you so dunce, my friend, that you are the representative of the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique who are suffering because of a major disaster after the passage of burial Kevin Andrew? Kevin Andrew, you don't have a house for yourself. The house that you're living in Crexton is the government that paying the rent. So you could run your mouth because you don't have nothing to lose. But what's about the poor Carriacou people, Kevin Andrew? The insurance money I have in it. My house have to get repaired back in Carriacou. Every Grenadian have in it, sir. Why you so out of place with yourself? How do you know the Carriacou people have money in the bank? How do you know that? You are out of place.
And
Come on, man.
One thing, the house in Craigston, you're saying that the government is that an allegation, or you know that for a fact?
Listen, I spend most of my years in Carriacou. The house in Craigston where Kevin Andrew live in, government is paying the rent for the house.
So that's not an allegation. You know that.
That is not an allegation. Sue me. I have the receipt.
Okay, I don't know, but you know. All right, okay.
And you, Mr. Kevin Andrew, you is a hypocrite. And the reason why you is a hypocrite is simple because all you build back Kim Place because the radio station there. All you build back Leo Joseph Place, but no use. And these are people who have insurance. And these are people that have money, but all you build back the place. And the poor Grenadian people, the poor Carriacou and Petit Martinique people who mash up. And you want to put up tent to put them inside it in a tenement square. Kevin, who do you think you are? $100 and something million. Every house in Carriacou have to build back. And I'm telling you, he have to build back. Everyone, he have to build back because the money is the people money and not yours. No, your falling place, bro. Who is you to say about Carriacou people have money and you know, and then they could build back the house? Who you think you are? Now this pastor who is speaking here, man. Know your place, Kevin. And let me tell you something. As from tonight, your political career is over in Grenada, in Carriacou, in the name of Jesus. Tap and smell what you're shoveling. Sheldon, sorry for being so rough.
My goodness. 4407377. That's 4407377. That is the number for you to get on the inside. And just a reminder, I'm going to take the call here. Yes, caller. Hello, good night. Hello.
Good night.
Hi, good night, caller. You're live. Go right ahead.
Good night. The Caribbean prime ministers and them might regret the moment, boy. I say the Caribbean leaders might regret the moment that boy is a prime minister, making them so shame and disgrace. I mean, it's so terrible, man. What kind of people they could be? They have a heart? Oh, God. I mean, come on, man. I mean, you really feeling people? I mean, come on. How you could say them people have money? When Hurricane Ivan passed, Dr. Mitchell and put out everybody getting something. Matter who, what they be asking, instead of they could afford, he asking if they could help. Come on, put out yourself. Oh, God, man. Come on. Anyhow, have a good night, sir.
All right, sir. Thank you. And you are looking for a clip here, and for some reason I can't find that clip, and I'm getting upset. I had to reset my system here and make sure that I have those clips in line. Remember, there's the same individual who now talking about some of us have money and could rebuild for ourselves. That's the same individual who was saying that it's only $2 he does have in the bank account at the end of the month. Just less than 2 years ago, that's not the same man that do a live and say everybody coming to him, and by the time he done, it's only $2 he does have in the bank account. So everybody that was coming to you, and you believe that all these people have money, so it's basically saying the people that was coming to you was bad begging then. I want the clip. When I'm a clip, people, send the clip for me. But just a quick reminder before we go back to the phone lines. Just a quick reminder what people talking about now from what was said.
We will do what we need to do, announce more measures as it relates to the rebuilding process for private homes and so on. But as Member of Parliament, forget now me as Minister, me as your Member of Parliament and me as a kayak. Let's be real. There are many of us as kayaks, many of you as kayaks who could afford to rebuild your homes. There are many people that could afford to rebuild their homes. Don't ask me, I'm telling you. And yes, you want the government to rebuild your house for you. I find that real unfair. You could afford to rebuild your home. You have the money sitting in the bank to rebuild your house, your home, or to do your roof, and you want the government to do it for you. I mean, this is sad. I mean, wherever we hear that from, we have to do better than that. So yes, the government will do everything that it can to assist, and that is why we announce the measures as it relates to the tax-free measures on building materials and supplies, and tax-free measures as it relates to imported items, household items and so on that you've lost during the hurricanes, so that you can go and do what you have to do. But you can't expect the government to do everything for you. That is impossible. There's no government in the world, not even the former administration that are running them out about what we're doing for the people, because they didn't half of the things that we're doing. They have not done that. And let me.
And folks, let me explain it. They're trying to put as much barriers in place so the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique are going to have hell to benefit from anything under this administration. He's talking about this thing in other parts of the thing. I'm not going to play his whole thing tonight. But other parts of it, he's speaking about this as being unprecedented and so on. What do you mean unprecedented? We had Hurricane Ivan that destroyed over 85% of the housing on the whole of the main island. Carriacou get a little touch. Petit Martinique, I don't think they even get touched much. But the main island get licked up with Hurricane Ivan. But anyway, he was a little child, he didn't know. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Sheldon.
Hi, good night.
Good night, man. I Rasta.
Yes, I. Hail I.
Yes, man. Sheldon. Man, I just enjoy your program so much, eh? People have learned so much from your program. Today I listen to certain program, Sheldon. And people can learn nothing from that. Real nonsense. Real nonsense, I'm telling you. And people who take care of you is the same people you're running down. Eh? Sheldon, I don't know, I get so sick today, man. I get so sick. Anyhow, man, keep up your good work and let the people know what's going on. And
Yes,
still,
sir.
some of the people, when they call in, they have to know how to call somebody. Because based on how you call somebody, you know some action could take place. And I don't want to do your program that.
Yeah, that's why I make sure that I distance
Anytime
myself from
they
the
come
statement.
cooking, deal with them. Because your program is a very good program and people will listen to you and enjoy your program. Every night I listen to you. So now we keep up the good work. It's all right, man. Time coming. Time coming, man. We go get back with where we have to be.
All
Anyhow, have a good night and keep on what you're doing. Tell Pammy I say good night.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
And we have another call online. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Hello. That person listening to the DNC boy. Hello, good night. Hello, caller, you're live. Okay, yeah, that caller was on the overseas line, and I hear them listening to the Democratic Convention in the background there. We've got a caller on the line. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Hello. Yeah, that person isn't paying attention to the phone line. Caller, overseas caller who has the Democratic National Convention playing in the background. Yes, you've got through on 2 occasions, but you were not paying attention to the phone line. Yeah, you're not paying attention to the phone line. 44073. Let me ask you a question again. Since all this thing taking place in Carriacou, when it comes to these tents and so, let me ask the MP. Them tent coming with toilet, all again the people are shovel and direct them to the nearest patch of bush. Let me ask it again. The people who are staying in the shelters right now, and you all tell they have to come out the shelters, they get in these tents. Because all you make joke, all you talk down, and all you laugh about the new National Party initiative that is still operating in Carriacou with the portable toilets. So I'm asking, when you all demand that the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique utilize these tents and come out of the shelters where they have toilet and bathroom facilities, are you all just going to give them a shovel and direct them to the nearest patch of bush to do what they have to do when they have to do it? Or are you all going to do these in clusters somewhere and bring up portable toilets? So ask the new National Party to utilize the portable toilets. How are you going and deal with this? That's what I want to know. Yeah, because house gone, toilet gone too, eh? So that at least they could have used the bathroom and toilet facilities in the shelter where they are. Now you're telling them go and use a tent. So I want to know if it's a bucket or a shovel you're giving them for them to do their business. All right? We have a caller on the line. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Good night, Sheldon.
Yes, ma'am. Hello, good night.
Yeah, sorry about that. I lost myself.
Oh, you were calling on the overseas line.
Yes, sorry. Sheldon, listen, I'm very sad. What going on? We have a Jezebel and Naboth spirit now in Grenada. What going on? These people and them, what are doing with tent to put people on people's head or cows or something?
Well, I'm asking where the bathroom facilities are. One of them tent coming with toilet facilities, or where the people going to use?
Well, wait no. You just played a tape there. Who is that guy? Is that the parliamentary for Carriacou?
Yes, that is the parliamentary representative for Carriacou, yes.
He crazy. He had to be crazy to saying that. So what happened to the insurance money that we got? Well, Sheldon, how people just sit down and taking all this advantage taken on them? Something in right to know. My heart is hurting me. Where are the priest and the bishop? Oswald James, he come and speak in the independence. And where are the ministers? Where Stanford? Where all of them who run up in Carriacou to help the people? What going on? Nobody going and stand up for people. And he, Stanford Glenn, he congratulating the Prime Minister. What are you congratulating him about?
You want to know something? People like Stanford and the Ray Roberts and the Sandra Ferguson and them. All of these people are has-beens. They have no effect on Grenadians again. We're not interested in hearing anything these people have to say because all of them have shown that they are hypocrites. Nobody's interested. Even if they speak out now, people wouldn't listen because nobody's interested. All of these people is a bunch of hypocrites.
How you could be hypocrites and the talk them is saying them are people of God? We're the heart for people. People wetting in the rain. Could you imagine that? If the rain wet more people get sick. What are you talking about? in Dr. Keith Mitchell times, my God, I was home and everybody, they had this parcel, I'm saying it now, parcel had this thing doing where you're bringing in your estimate and we're getting lost for words. First, I'm hurting.
Yeah, you brought in your
So
estimate,
what
and
will
so
happen,
you get
Sheldon? What will happen to
you get
poor
your thing and you
people?
bring it in, yeah.
I'm telling, putting money in the bank if that's true. Some people come and lend money. These people want some jail. Come on, Jesus, what's going on? My God, I can't go more. Let's. I know people have to go down in fast and pray for God to do something. This advantage cannot be continually taken on people like that. And nobody coming out and saying nothing on Pastor Louis. When we are the other church people with Pastor Louis, better get the congregation. We have to start some kind of protest for these people. Why do you think people fear them in Grenada? Something is not right, Sheldon. Sheldon, good night. I can't go no more.
All right,
Good night.
you.
Thank you for carrying on. Thank you
right.
so much.
No problem.
Bye.
And we have another caller online. Hello, good night.
Good night, my talking points people.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
I am listening to this program and I'm somewhat baffled. The first question I want to ask, what cause or why was Grenada insured?
Mm-hmm.
Was it for the properties and the values? That's how we measure the destructions. We measure the destruction because of what we have. We have houses, we have lands, and when this hurricane passed and they destroy that, we measure the destruction by that. And then we value what we have and we insure our country. So when this happen again, the money is not for minister's pocket, but for what Grenada have that make it the country it is, the development, the houses, the lands, agriculture, and everything. So when these things damage, the money we get, we have to value it. We have to value it, the value of the houses, and put back the stock into the houses and things. No, Grenlake was not in 2007, but Grenlake came after they come in office. Are they going to tell Grenlake that they have the money when the money was given to Grenlake? Are they going to tell Grenlake, you have your money, why don't you fix your thing? Are they going to tell Nawasa, you have your money, why don't you repair your damages? Why are they doing that to the backs of poor Grenadians when Dr. Keith was insuring the backs of poor Grenadians and they're taking it and to ensure that they insure their pocket and tell Grenadians you have your money? I can understand that, Sheldon. Thank you and have a good night.
Yeah, man. They had a belly. They had a belly. They had a belly. Oh, sorry, it's they had a money. They had a money. Let me hear what this same person was saying, right? That was not too long after election. Let me hear what you were saying.
And that's a fact. So many people come, good morning, how are you? All right. Many people come to us to seek assistance. And in a lot of cases, we dip in our pockets. I know for me in particular, from the moment I get my salary is over. And as I was telling members of my political branch last month, that last month end, I only had $2 EC dollars and a few cents in my account. Because
you had how much, Mr. MP? Yeah, how much? This wasn't before election, it is after election while he was the MP.
That last month end, I only had $2 EC dollars and a few cents in my account. Because when people come to you, when constituents come to you, and they ask for help, and in many cases, they need genuine assistance. Whether Grenada cut off their light, or they need food, or they need medication, and so on. You, as a leader, and as a human being, you care and you want to help and you assist, and that's what we do. So most of us, I know that we use our personal resources to help, and I'm not complaining, because it's something that I used to be doing from since I knew myself, taking my mother.
Yeah,
once.
taking your mother
And that's
money
a fact.
and do that. Right, nice, right. So that's the same person that talking now, that basically saying that some of us have the money. So it has come from a stage of him only having a look at $2 in your account to him having a lot of money, boy. Papa, you have a lot of money now because it come to us. We have a lot of money now, ain't it? Let me hear him.
More measures as it relates to the rebuilding process for private homes and so on. But as Member of Parliament, forget now me as minister, me as your Member of Parliament and me as a kayak. Let's be real. There are many of us as kayaks, many of you as kayaks who could afford to rebuild your homes. There are many people that could afford to rebuild their homes.
So it was first of all many of us, and then it reached to many of you. Okay, all right.
Don't ask me, I'm telling you. And yes, you want the government to rebuild your house for you. I find that real unfair. You could afford to rebuild your home. You have the money sitting in the bank to rebuild your house, your home, or to do your roof, and you want the government to do it for you. I mean, this is sad. I mean, wherever we hear that from, we have to do.
Where they hear that from you, who was going around with your loudspeaker telling everybody that don't worry, all you go rebuild their house and think for them. You forget Noah. You who was going around telling them that. We have a caller online. Hey, look at that.
Hi, Sheldon.
Hi, good day.
Yes, boss. I listened to Tevin, and I do believe one single word Tevin saying. That one word concerning that he helped people. That was just after the election or whatever, and he ended up with $2.00 in his account. I don't believe a bank does bring it down to $2.00. If he reached that, I think that probably they close the account. Tevin, I would like him and all the people he's saying that helping people so much and them sort of thing. I would like him to bring proof to us. The people come out and say, well, yes, I used to go to Tevin. Let me hear something. And that's not important. What is important is this. The kayak people, I'm going to look at the kayak and the PM people now. They know, I'm certain, realize that the mistake that they made to put everything that they in the hands of Tevin. They realize that they put it in the hands of a crazy man, a fella that is not stable, a guy that was supposed to be in the pink house or some kind of place.
Don't say pink when you're talking about that man, brother. Don't
and
say
every
pink.
day, every single day, he's getting a little more crazy than time before. Maybe the little money that he's beginning to have in his account, that making him get mad. The power getting him, well, I don't know, I can't find the right word to put. But that power that they have now, bringing them to that situation. And if we, as a people, aim do something to tie up his 2 feet, and not only his feet, from the head go down, as you know that you say a fish rotten from the head go down. Because with all this thing going on, and a leader is there, a leader who is supposed to be caring for the people. He's not saying one thing, he's dumb, he's quiet. People like Mr. Thomas, who is such a great man, people are thinking, and not realizing that he's such a big hypocrite. Yet he came out recently, some time ago, and gave all 100% ratings to this NBC. He's not standing up and see what is going on. After the hurricane passed, I never hear his mouth come out and talking and asking Mr. Deacon Mitchell to come on, stand up. I'm sorry for things that is going on. You have to look at the people, and he's not saying anything about that. If they get a chance, the person that is still blaming is Dr. Keith. I listened a little thing today with class in session, and this guy was running off his mouth. This big GE, what is his name? Kem Jones, which is one to me one of the most stupid man in the whole wide world. Running off his mouth, shooting off at his mouth and saying all kind of stupid things which he have nothing to back up. And yet for all he run him out and calling about Dr. Keith. And I'm wondering why. How come they care so much about what Dr. Keith is doing? And if he's in the party, I don't understand what that making them so afraid. The point is that the time is over. They have to understand that, yes, they will get another term, but this term they are going to get is up on the hill overlooking Regal. And that term is as sure as tomorrow is going to come if God allows it. As the sun rises, so that term is out. I only hope we have enough place for the whole set of them. The whole set of them, because none of them is showing that they are people that is careful about the people, they care anything about people. No, they don't care. All they care about is their pockets. Now he's talking also about the people have the money in the bank and such a thing. Tell me something. Could any one of these people have more money than Kim the King? I know Kim the King personally. I used to dive in Carriacou for years. And Kim the King had one of the biggest supermarkets out there. He had the radio station. But yet for all, they make sure they are all right. They make them all right. What about the poor ones who have nothing? They don't know where the next bread coming from. How come they are the ones who have the money in the bank and Kim the King and them in have none? Why did you have to fix up their place? Why didn't you fix the poor people on? And then you have the guts to stand up and telling people all this tautology nonsense. Man, tell this man to wash his mouth and go and get his sheet and go and lie down somewhere. Thank you.
I wonder which sheet that he one that certain people give him. All right, we have a caller hotline. Hello, good night.
Good night to you, Mr. Scott, and how are you? And good night to Grenada, Carriacou, and Pretty Matthew.
Miss Madison, the man say all you have all your money, stop waiting on them, go and build all your place.
Well, Mr. Scott, I'm in shock.
You're shocked?
Listen to this man talking
something
about we
surprising you?
We people in Carriacou, he talking about, right? He should be ashamed of himself. Because I know, Mr. Scott, lots of people, they phone me. And even the last one I had is from Aruba. And they said, people making a lot of contribution to Carriacou people and Petit Martinique. All over the world, they're sending donation. And they're picking it up. Even the donation comes from the churches, even the NNP government. Everyone sending money to people in Carriacou to help to rebuild back Carriacou and Petit Martinique. And how dare him he stand up and he talking about the people in Carriacou, how much money we have in the bank. If he's the detective, he go in the bank and he's searching up the people account to see how much money we have. He should be ashamed of himself. I pray to God, next time, when he wants our vote, no, it's like a dog, his belly is full. When he wants our vote, he'll come and he search for the same people. He turned down and he cuss and looking down at them. I hope he don't come back to us because I know I'm ready for him. He is out of order and he must know his place. People people in Carriacou hungry, but we're not starving. We're not starving. But the way they're treating us as if we're starving. Who is he? Who is Kevin Andrew? Tell him to know his place and respect Carriacou people. Because I will give it to him when I see him. He's out of order. We are not beggars. So he better know his place and stop putting the mouth and the face in people's business to searching people's accounts. He better stop it.
I want to
that
know
is
how,
not right.
How he know how much money you have?
Exactly.
You went and tell him how much money you have in the bank?
No, I don't even talk to him.
Well, I want to know how he make that assessment that there are many people that have the money in Carriacou and could redo the thing. If the people have the money and they're redoing this thing, you will see.
Because they did as such.
You will see.
He and his government did as such. Bank.
Well, they like to send FIU places they shouldn't send them, so you never know.
Exactly. as far as I'm concerned, and Mr. Scott, they out of order.
I just hope they know there are consequences to their actions, and that includes the officers in FIU. Don't do what you're not supposed to do. There are consequences to your actions. All right?
Yes. Okay.
All
We'll
right,
talk again.
Okay. 440-7377-347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get on the inside. I'm going to read something as well. Leaving it alone. I'm going to raise that tomorrow night. We have a caller online. Hello, good night. Oops, hit the wrong one. Hello, good night. Hi, caller. We're hearing you. Go right ahead. You're live.
Good night, Sheldon. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. You go right ahead, man.
Listen, those guys know they're having one term. It's a one term, guys, so they're doing whatever and saying whatever it is. You know, we're not realizing that. Alright. I mean, Mr. Pinky Gate, as Ms. Madison just said, you know, Pinky Gate is out of place. If even some the people have the money in the bank, why was Grenada paying the insurance for? Not to help you when you get in trouble?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that Keith Mitchell did not. Let me phrase it properly. The Right Honorable Dr. Cleet Claudius Mitchell did not get into that for nobody to fill their pocket. He get into that insurance so that any natural disaster happens, the masses can be taken care of. All right, so Pinky Gates saying that he had to be careful. Secondly, as you asking, where is the Minister of Health to address the situation? You know, myself and Nurse Maguire was speaking, and Sheldon, that crap brought tears to my eyes when you mentioned that. I mean, for a 2-year-old, and then for you to call the cops to get a mother out. I mean, what is the police force coming to? Is it the private force for the NDC if you do something or if you say something that they use it against you? Are we going back to those days?
Man, there's serious misuse of officers of the Royal Grenada Police Force have taken place.
Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep bringing it out.
Mm-hmm. All right, my brother. Hello? Hello?
Yeah. You just keep doing what you're doing. Keep educating the people and keep letting the police officers know that, you know, they do what they have to do within the realm of their duty.
Of course.
I know they always say, follow the rules and sing the ship, but you know something? That is not the way you have to come out to do it. If you find it's morally wrong, step back.
Of course.
All right?
Thank you very much, my friend.
Man, listen, I can't wait.
All right.
Take care, brother.
Okay, thank you. 440-7377. Let's hit the phone line once again. Hello, good night.
Good night, Mr. Sheldon Scott.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Not too bad. Hello, yeah. Long time I've been calling or trying to call, but when I call, I'm not getting through because so many people calling.
Not only that, sometimes I think when people hear somebody hang up, they try to call at that time, but they may be delayed, so somebody else already called. But go ahead.
No problem. I called you to give my 2 pence.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, as long as it's not $2 in your account.
Before I talk about the clip, I want to talk about, I was listening in the classroom today, afternoon when I came. And he was playing some clip with, well, I have to call him lunatic.
Well, hold on. Why we even bothering with that person? Let me talk about Carriacou and forget Hina.
About she grinning and all she teaching she mouth showing. Can you just look at that big old white pig?
My boy, hold on. Partners, let me just you hold on. Let me tell you something. You realize I don't ever get into a back and forth with that individual on my show. You know why? That individual has a very unholy, unhealthy, and unmoral obsession with myself. I don't want their name on my program. I'm not interested in what they say. As far as I'm concerned, they could go to hell. So let us speak
I
about
understand what you're
something
trying to say,
else.
But don't call my people and them this kind of name. I have to give him a name too. You out order. Calling her about how she teeth in she mouth so and so. Big better looking on he.
All right, let's move.
Stick with that this evening when I listen to that.
All right, my brother. But let's move on. Listen.
They have nothing to say. Already they motivate about the open Dr. Mitchell. What is for Dr. Mitchell so? When is the convention? When he calling it? Who is giving leadership? Your business?
My brother, what you are doing, and let me explain what I'm saying here. What you are doing is taking their stupidness and you're bringing it here. We have some other things to talk about. Forget that. If you understand, listen. If you hold on. If you understand what I'm saying, you would drop it and move on. Move on.
All right. Okay.
Right.
Right. But in terms of the this clip you play a while, I could never. With Kevin and him saying about in terms of their money in the bank. Is these boys and them there? They are the right head.
But how they know?
About people?
But how they know? That's what we want to find out. How they know what money people have in the bank?
But that's what I'm saying. Well, let's then they go to their account. Or they go to the bank and them and go to their account. Because they could do that, they're desperate.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying, you got the money from because I understand it, I was listening to Carl and them today, and they get $50-something million. Where are that money? Plus, you had money what you sell the passport. You sell them a passport, $1 billion passport. Where are these monies? Why do people doing it? People like that, this and that. And I'm calling on the churches now. I am a member of church, of the evangelical church. I'm calling on churches in Grenada to do something about these things. These men and them just sit in office and doing that stupidness. Nobody speaking out. Everybody gone cold. Nobody is speaking out. Nobody can say nothing. What's going on in this place? And they're just taking people as a ride for a ride. They're just doing people and injustice.
Mm-hmm.
But we do something about this man and them boy. This man too evil. And I just always say, I have no respect for them. Just as all they disrespecting police. I never meet them and call them honorable. Because they don't deserve honorable. They're disagreeable, not honorable. It's easy one.
All right, my brother.
That's what I'm doing for people and them. God, these people and them. And people still sitting in the party and say these people and them are not tremendous job. What is the job? When I ask them what is the job, they can't answer me. No. They can't answer me. Why are you doing the people that for? You give them all these hopes. You had all the plans in the world. You had a plan. Or you go do this or you go do that. No, you have the opportunity in your hand and you're treating them like that. So the motive now is not to give them the money. So they put him, and I understand, they put some money in the Grenada Development Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Sheldon?
Yeah, they put some money there that people will get, they will be able to get loans and grants out of there. But you have to qualify. And if I remember correctly, I don't remember the MP speaking to what. Let me don't make that statement. There's something that he said. I'm going to play it to.
Until we get back.
Yeah, I seem to remember something that he said towards the end of his life. I am going to grab that and I will play it tomorrow night. Let me just leave it for now and I'll grab it and play it tomorrow night.
But I want to say good night to my parliamentary representative, Dr. Clarice Modest. I wish you all good, long life and strength and good health. And also my Prime Minister, that's my minister, Honorable Dr. Kit Mitchell. Have a wonderful night. We're behind your back, 100%.
Of course.
And we're just waiting for that moment when that day will come to vote all these fellas and them. It's time for them to go. They're too corrupt and evil. Have a good night, Sheldon.
Thank you very much, brother. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. I don't know what's going on with these phone calls. I had to start to ram the audio right up. I go reset the board when I finish. Yeah, 44073. Here's something. Before I take our next call, let me clear the phone lines. But before I take our next call, and the call there already, I've heard, let me take the call and I'll come back with that. We have a caller. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Hello, good night. Okay, they're gone. Maybe they decided they want me to say the thing first. Now, when it comes to obtaining the assistance I'm speaking about is that, remember, they've said that they are going to give concessions on the VAT and so on the building materials and the furnishings for your house. And so if you've been affected by Hurricane Beryl in Carriacou, Petit Martinique, and so I believe possibly the people of St. Patrick as well. So if you've been affected, you have to apply to the Ministry of Finance for them to give you the tax concession on the materials and these different things. One of the things that you have to do, understand how these people wicked now, One of the things that you have to do in the application process is you have to walk with your land paper and prove that you've been paying the taxes, that your tax is up to date. Now, they have given people tax-free on your land. You ain't have to pay land tax for next year. That's in 2025. That is when you're due to pay in 2025. As far as I remember, I think you have up until the end of this month to pay for this year. So the people who have not yet paid in Carriacou, they can't apply for this tax-free concession thing, because you have to be up to date with your tax payments. They are doing everything possible to say that, look, we have this program and we have that program and we have that program, and we put how much million here and how much million here and how much million here. Meanwhile, some of the ministers themselves and people that they set up make up companies in the background and are collecting money. That is where FIU is supposed to go and investigate. Go and investigate that. Where government ministers and people associated with government ministers have set up companies. Some of them set them up for the Independence 50th anniversary celebration, and now they're carrying out other functions. Some others are just coming on board. And these companies are being given contracts in Carriacou, Petit Martinique, and other places in relation to all that money that came in under the SIF. In other words, the backdoor dealing. Well, some of them like backdoor. So they backdoor dealing. Yeah? But all how the moon run. And you just get catch. No worry. It's coming. 4407377. So imagine that. So what about the person, for instance, one or two of my friends who done a piece of land, they have all the right to be there because it's family, family land kind of thing. So the grandmother, before she died, may have told her granddaughter, well, okay, you have the two children, go and build there. And they build there. So they don't have, quote unquote, a land paper that they can go with to say, well, I need a concession on something. Even if they were to somehow have the money, they don't have the land paper to go and say, so they can't benefit from it. They can't get nothing. They outside totally. How are they going to be assisted? How are they going to come out of the tent? How are they going to come out of the tents? Talking about Hurricane Ivan. This guy, 10 years old when Hurricane Ivan passed, he maybe was going and ride common entrance the year after Hurricane Ivan. 10 years old. What you know about Hurricane Ivan? The Prime Minister was the Prime Minister 27, 28. You know if he had anything to do with Ivan? I know I was around. I know I was involved in all kind of things from building houses and cleaning up all kind of. I was involved in all kind of. I don't know. I never see he in it. The people in New York know. They awarded me for that. A lot of people forget that, didn't it? I doesn't talk about certain things. 4407377 347-329-3101. Let me call back this person. I see they've been trying to get through. So let's give them a call back. Yeah, I'm trying to find out where some of these people was who making all this noise and saying these things. Where some of them was back then to come and say about Ivan and what them know about Ivan. The new National Party, in fact, I'll come back to that. Let me just bring this caller on. Hello, good night.
Yes, good evening, Brother Sheldon. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, quite fine. I realize I missed a couple calls from you, so I'll call back.
yeah, I've been calling, but people kind of brush over what I was going to say. But let me say this, Brother Sheldon. Let me say this. You know, after you played that clip couple times during the program
I'll play it again.
from from the Honorable Minister in Carriacou, I am thinking whether he had fallen asleep and rushed into a weekend and had an interview or something, and so he was talking unconsciously. Yes, because I cannot believe a minister of government that is responsible for a whole territory, Carriacou and Pidimatnik, whereas he should have had some compassion and some, guts to tell the people something differently. He put on that guts to say this nonsense, putting himself and his government into more disputation. The money that was collected, the $46 million US, it was given to the government of Grenada to relieve the people of the burdens, right? And we still want to find out whether that was an allegation that $20-something million was placed into an account where the people would go to borrow to rebuild the houses. And then the question followed that, if that is true, where would they get this money to pay back for that loan that they would take? Carriacou Pidimatnik doesn't have any place of employment right now. Yeah, So I believe these people have been governed by some spiritual darkness, some spiritual foe, some enemy, some darkness that taking over the minds, because they all are saying nonsense. They're not reaching out to the people in dealing in dealing with the people in terms of the people's crisis right now. That's a problem. That is a problem. I don't understand. And our Prime Minister, I just don't understand how he's leading. Where he's leading from, how he's leading, what direction we going. Huh? Come on, only grinning, laughing like, if it's like some dolly house thing that this is the people. What, this is a nation you all are taking all these chances and all this madness on, a nation, But Pastor Louis a good fall, All right, have a good night, brother.
All right, Pastor, thank you so very much.
Yes.
All right, folks, so 440-7377-347-329-3101. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. Yeah, we taking it one more time. Yeah, we want to hear one more time, at least tonight. But yeah, we ain't stopping playing that one. That one go play, believe me. Yeah, the people have the money, okay?
In that process, we will do what we need to do, announce more measures as it relates to the rebuilding process for private homes and so on. But as Member of Parliament, forget now me as Minister, me as your Member of Parliament and me as a kayak. Let's be real. There are many of us as kayaks, many of you as kayaks, who could afford to rebuild your homes. There are many people that could afford to rebuild their homes. Don't ask me, I'm telling you. And yes, you want the government to rebuild your house for you. I find that real unfair. You could afford to rebuild your home.
And we have a call online. Hello, good night.
Rastafari.
Everything
good?
Yes, I.
Listen, I listening to Tevin and the Ryan. But when you have dust in your brain, you can't speak anything different than that. So let me speak something a little more sense. Sharon, I sit here and I listening to the different people speak about different things. And, I try to figure out the political geniuses after Dr. Keith Mitchell. I remember in 2020-2021, with the vaccine, the COVID-19, When I heard Dr. Keith came up with his stimulus package, I said, well, this man don't sleep. And they're saying all this bad thing about all this man doing, thinking about people. Every move Dr. Mitchell making his political tenure is to look after people. And this insurance thing, Sheldon, did from a scientific perspective, did the scientists told Dr. Mitchell that we don't get this hurricane in 2024 and to prepare for this insurance? How Dr. Mitchell came about this thing, the man is a genius. And in Grenada, we fail to recognize our heroes. Dr. Mitchell is a hero. Not only a political hero, but a mathematician hero, a people's hero. The man is a good man. The man is a nice man. That man is the best prime minister in the Caribbean, if not in the world. There is nobody could match up Dr. Mitchell in these political activities. And I don't care what they say. If they're looking at the spade, they're not looking at the fact. If they look at the fact, they will realize Dr. Mitchell is the best Caribbean leader that ever passed. That is my opinion, and that is where I base my political ideas. So, Sheldon, what Dr. Mitchell have done, God will bless him for it. God has blessed Grenada under Dr. Mitchell, and God is willing to bless Dr. Mitchell again in another 10 years. Sheldon, I want to thank God for Dr. Mitchell. I pray for him all the time because you could only pray for a good man. And I pray that Grenadians will realize that we have a hero, and let us make the hero know that we recognize him as our hero before he dead. There is no dead hero. Our hero is supposed to be alive, but in Grenada, is only our hero is dead. But I thank you, Sheldon, for your program. And we will never know what we know him up to tonight. God bless Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit. God bless your program and you as a person. And may God continue to guide and direct you on your path as you go from place to place. May He give you traveling mercies to do your program and guide and protect you from harm, from dangers, and from accidents. Let us continue to pray for Dr. Mitchell. He is a political genius and he is a good man. Have a good night, Sheldon.
All right. Thank you very much, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yes, indeed. Yeah. So we playing him for the final time. We want people hear him. Yeah. So we making sure we play him. I wonder if I need to put your face up now. Let me just
announce more measures as it relates to the rebuilding process for private homes and so on. But as Member of Parliament, forget now me as minister, me as your Member of Parliament and me as a kayak. Let's be real. There are many of us as kayaks, many of you as kayaks who could afford to rebuild your homes. There are many people that could afford to rebuild their homes. Don't ask me, I'm telling you. And yes, you want the government to rebuild your house for you. I find that real unfair. You could afford to rebuild your home. You have the money sitting in the bank to rebuild your house, your home, or to do your roof, and you want the government to do it for you. I mean, this is sad. I mean, wherever we hear that from, we have to do better than that. So yes, the government will do everything that it can to assist, and that is why we announce the measures as it relates to the tax-free measures on building materials and supplies, and tax-free measures as it relates to imported items, household items.
So let me just let you all know. So when you're going to apply for that, walk with your land paper and your proof that you've paid your property tax, that your property tax is up to date. Other than that, you may not qualify. Well, not may not, you will not qualify. Yeah, because that is part of how you qualify. Because, and here's what, there are groups of people who are living on lands in different parts of Carriacou who have been squatting there, and they want to use this as the opportunity to get rid of those people from the piece. They ain't really care where they go, but they're looking to get rid of those people and so. And that is why they're putting in these different things. They're putting in these different clauses to get rid of the people who, quote-unquote, squatting on a piece of land, and they may have been there 10, 15, 20 years. They ain't care. They want to get rid of them from there. So they're using this now. You don't have land paper. Oh, you want to rebuild? You have the money to rebuild, but you don't have papers for that land. So, no, we can't help you out. You have to move. Understand all the things that they're doing here. But who getting caught in that too? are the various family members. Because if you understand Carriacou and you understand the Carriacou society, the grandmother or the grandfather, the mother or the father may say, well, okay, I have some land there. I'll let one of my son go there and I'll let the other son go here. I'll let a daughter go there. Or even might be a brother that you find he didn't have a piece and you give him a piece, you say stay there. Or an uncle or something, you give them you say stay there. But they may not have land papers. They will not have documents to say that I own this property. Because it's family property. So you're telling those other people that they are excluded. That it's only a very small amount of people who, one, have the amount of money to be able to go and buy this stuff because they had to bring it in. They had to bring in this stuff from, whether it's Miami or wherever, Trinidad or wherever they're buying this stuff to bring it in. So the people who have the money to bring in this stuff, as well as have the documents for the land, only those will qualify for these things. They're doing everything possible not to spend that money on what they say they're spending it on. If they put 15 million, no, I'm using the figure 15 million, Mr. MP from Carriacou, because I see it already. I see it already. I just ain't saying much tonight, but I see it already. So when I say 15 million, I know what I'm talking about, and you know what I'm talking about. So if you have 15 million in something, and they could find a way to filter off a 9 million, and then they utilize the rest for what they say they were going to utilize it for, they will call that a victory. They'll say, well, we had the money there in Carriacou, people never come for it, so we use it for something else. We use it for debt repayment. We use it to pay the people for the independence and 50th anniversary. We use it to prop up with salaries and that kind of thing. That's what they won't come and say. But anyhow, you're not supposed to shift from capital to, you know that, right? No, anyway.
So that you've lost during the hurricanes so that you can go and do what you have to do. But you can't expect the government to do everything for you.
Hello.
That is...
Hello.
You have a call online. Hello, good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Sheldon, sometimes you must not entertain people like Kenya. At least you have to really
for a bit, for a bit, I'm not hearing you clearly, caller. I don't know why. I don't know if you're far from the phone or what.
You hear me now?
You're sounding kind of muffled, and it's not coming from in here, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying that sometimes I don't really watching the program, you know, and I was saying why Sheldon making Kevin feel like he's a hero. Kevin not a hero. Kevin and just keep on the line, and then it seems to me he have a problem in Grenada concerning people. You know, before people used to be coming out and kind of street, but some cloud in the air. Some cloud in the air that create a much shot. Maybe the disease will take you. That's the reason why you're on my program. But and they try that should be trying to shut you. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But I listen as you put up this Kelly. You expect how much people have to stay in a tent? If how much a family with 5 or 6 children. How they stay in a tent, the children?
And then what period of time they expected to stay in the tent? Where the bathroom facilities? They had to cook outside. Where's the bathroom facilities?
I don't understand. Honestly, I don't understand that, you know. And then people get how much, 40 million? What is 40 million for, Sheldon? What is the purpose of the 40 million? To share it up among themselves? Because I see what these people are trying, you know. They soaking on Grenadians, so they go find a lot of things. If you allow her play that program every day, nobody will know what's going on in Grenada because they don't outline what's taking place in Grenada. They want to forget why people suffering in Carriacou. School going to open, and you're asking people to move. They're giving them a tent. What about the houses in Carriacou? They want the Chinese and the bill. What about the houses? What Chinese and the bills? That's the purpose of the houses. So when you have things like disaster, but I guess you know, they give the people in the diaspora, they may say, don't pay the money already, so they can't touch on people's houses. So they will go and get tents to people like it is doing campaign. The people who supposed to be the tent, the people who come and do this, come and assist Carriacou people. That's supposed to be in tent. Ali and them supposed to be in tent because they come in Carriacou and pretend that they come to help. But to me, like, they come to chief.
My friend, I had to wrap it here because I only just realized it's 10 o'clock already. I need to go.
Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you very much.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you so very much.
Yeah.
Folks, yeah, I've got to wrap it one time. That's all the time we've got for the program tonight. My name is Sheldon Scott. I'll be back tomorrow night with you, God's willing, and everything you say, everything you do it safe and do it secure. I want to be speaking to and with you and definitely not about you. You know what? Let me get them a song. Yeah, let me get them a suitable song as we leave in tonight.
People balling motor, while some others mad. The people they vote for shirking them bad. They just will look us them when they see them pass, or just take a big stone and knock down their ass. But I have a therapy I'm willing to share. Anytime the pressure get too much to bear, I have a new dance, it is the formula. Once you do it, I know you must feel better. So give me a minute or two, let me explain the dance to you. Just a simple demonstration, it is very easy to learn. Put your hand in the air like this, close your finger and make a fist. Let go your tongue, put it in the air. Wave it like you ain't care. Anytime you see them MP, do it for them to see. And if they ask you what that means, tell them the dance you're doing is one time. One time. I want all you to take a chance. Show them the one time dance. One time. One time. Put your thumb up and then balance. Show them the one time dance. Put it up, put it up. If your family don't see you MP, put it up, put it up. Anytime you're checking me busy, put it up, put it up. Peter David always flying, put it up. Some people cannot see him, Gilbert we realize, like young people they be nice. Some of them are passing away, they forget to put them up there. Put it up, put up your thumb, put it up, put up your thumb. If they're treating us like this, one thumb for qualis, put it up, put up your thumb, put it up, put up your thumb. When they're treating us like that, one thumb for Joe Gilbert.